I'm Doug from Gear Tech and Recording Magazine, and this is the brand new OMEC Teleport from our friends at Orange Amplifiers. Basically, what it allows you to do is take your live rig into the studio and take the studio into your live rig. And to talk about how it does it, we're going to break this video down into the following sections. In the overview, we're going to talk about what it is and what it does. Then in the components section, I'm going to talk about how I'm using it in the framework of this rig. Then in the routing section, I'm going to talk about how I've pieced all this stuff together. Then at the end, we're going to come back to that first demo you just heard, and we're going to deconstruct how I put this together to create that sound. So let's get to it. At the most basic level, the Teleport is a USB audio interface, but an especially cool one for a couple of reasons. First of all, you don't have to install any drivers to use it. And with either a standard USB cable or a USB cable in combination with some of the readily available adapters that are out there, you can get into virtually any Windows, Mac OS, iOS, or Android device very easily, which is very, very cool. All right, let's talk about some of the ways that people would use this. And to do that, we want to think about the way that audio signal is going to flow across the signal path when you're using devices like a laptop. Most guitar players just kind of plug into an amp and do their thing. And if they want to record, they traditionally will set up a microphone. What's neat is here we can use all our favorite pedals, capture that sound, run directly into the box, and capture that using amp modeling software. Also combine that with any of the plugins that you might have in your favorite DAW. All right, that's great. You're running this way. But there's some other things that begin to happen when you run the signal back. So you can be utilizing that software in real time, not actually recording, but just utilizing the sounds that are there and also playing back there and marrying those sounds coming out of here into something like the pair of POWERCABs that are behind me. So effectively, I've got sound going here from the guitar. I've got tracks coming back here, playing through the POWERCAB, and now I've got this hybrid virtual rig that enables me to do a huge range of things that most guitar players would never be able to do with the same set of speakers that they're actually playing through. There's some other routing possibilities because the Teleport is mono in and stereo out. You could also run one of the outputs into the power amp return on your amplifier. But be forewarned, a lot of amps, when you run to the power amp return using any kind of device, sometimes it'll bypass the master volume, which basically means you're at 10. Be forewarned. So one could go into the power amp return, the other could go out into a mixer. So again, you're taking advantage of the sound going this way and that way. Generally speaking, if you're running into the power amp return, you may not want to be running tracks here, but again, that's an option. All right, now, the other way that we can kind of think about running some of this sound is we're in different environments where we just want to not necessarily record, but just capture basic ideas in a fleeting moment. All right, that is to say, we're not looking for the perfect take, but say we've already been recording, this is great. All of a sudden, it was that part that was missing from your favorite song that you're working on. You're lying in bed, your pedal board's right there. In the bedroom, you've got your iPad. You quickly connect it with one of these guys. You're up and running. You're documenting that part. Great. The other thing that happens, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to do after rehearsal is hang out in the rehearsal space and just play. It's another place that kind of the creative juices are already flowing. You stay and you want to capitalize on it. Well, what's great is with this little adapter here and the iPhone, the same thing can happen. So I can come out of the Teleport into my iPhone. And what's really cool is the Teleport comes bundled with IK Multimedia's Amplitude CS Orange Edition, which features a bunch of great orange amp models and cabinets. So now you're able to bring all that sound into your phone and document it, and then you can take that home with you. So again, whether it's in the studio, whether it's in your bedroom, whether it's at your rehearsal space, you now have the ability to have tone on tap anywhere. All right, awesome. So let's now talk about the components that you heard that I was using on that demo at the top of the video. So for the demo, I was using this guitar in the neck position. Vintage Ibanez TS-808 tube screamer into the Teleport, in turn going into the laptop where I'm running Pro Tools. And for the amp modeling, I'm using Bias Amp, utilizing the VibraVerb model. So also utilizing the Long Delay 2 plugin as well as Deverb for delay and reverb. Also, what I was using was the pair of POWERCABs that allowed me to have great sound in the room. I'm kind of using them as amplified speakers as well as studio monitors. Very, very cool to be able to run them at FR, full range, full response. In turn, there are XLR cables in the back of those guys that I'm running into my Universal Audio Apollo 8 audio interface, which in turn is running into Pro Tools on the iMac that you can't see, but it's right over there. All right, awesome. Let's talk about the routing. One of my favorite things about the teleport is that it allows me to combine things that I love to do in the analog world with the things that I love to do inside the virtual world, and it does so seamlessly, which is very powerful and really cool. All right, I'm coming out of the guitar into my Peterson tuner, into the Ibanez TS-808, into the teleport. And I'm utilizing orange cables to do that. They sound great, by the way. All right, USB cable going into the laptop where I'm running Pro Tools. I'm running a single mono channel where I'm running the amp model of the Vibroverb, and that's again using bias amp. That sounds great. Out of that single mono channel, I am taking an auxiliary bus feed that is going into one channel that is running 100% wet delay and another channel that is running 100% wet reverb. So I've got a separate channel processing the amp modeling, another channel processing just the delay, and another channel just processing the reverb. And in that sense, I'm able to leverage the processing power of Pro Tools and the processing power of the computer, which is very, very cool. It makes for excellent high quality studio fidelity sound in my live rig. How cool is that? All right, that's coming out of there via the USB cable. In turn, I'm coming out of 2 1/4-inch cables into my Maytech Music Systems Dugite 5CM Power Plus. And basically, this is a pedal board management system that allows me to, from the back line, run power up to the pedal board, in this case, a One Spot Pro. It also allows me to run my audio lines to and from. So what I've got is, via this giant snake here that's going to the back line there, I'm running 1/4-inch inputs into each of the power cabs. In turn, I'm utilizing the XLR outputs of the power cabs to run into my Universal Audio Apollo 8 audio interface. And then in turn, I'm going into Pro Tools on the iMac that, again, you can't see, but it's right there. All right, let's deconstruct the demo you heard at the top of the video. We're going to start off with the tube screamer and the delay and the reverb off, so you're just going to hear the Vibroverb model clean. Adding the tube screamer. Adding the delay. And adding the reverb. All right, on behalf of everyone at Gear Tech and Recording Magazine, thanks so much for checking out this video. For more information about the OMEC Teleport, please visit orangeamps.com. And if you liked this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.